So he looked around and the leader of the Ganas, he asked him, what? He said, okay. So he lopped off his head and put it on the boy's head. First head transplant. So now the boy had a human body and a Ganas head. The two chief of the Ganas head, and he had a limb which was boneless limb. So he became a Ganapati, the chief of the Ganas. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. Because of this extreme sense of intelligence, he did not allow anything to be an obstacle in his life. It's the only culture which is still conscious that God is our making. Whenever Shiva is a bit of a vagabond householder, he goes away. So his wife, Parvati, instead of staying in Kailash, she comes down here because that's all iced up. She comes down here, at least there's cold water. So she lives here largely. So more time was spent here than there, so many things happened here. One of the things that happened was, Ganapati was born here. So he's not elephant-headed, he's Ganapati. Gana means the Ganas, who were Shiva's companions. Generally, they are described as distorted and demented human beings, or beings, not human beings. They did not have human form, they had strange forms. And they had limbs which did not have bones, boneless limbs they had. And they spoke in a language which nobody could decipher. They spoke like cacophony. And they seemed to be always inebriated, or at least they behaved like that. So they were called Ganas, and they were the permanent companions of Shiva, all the time with him. Others came and went, but they were always there. So once he went away, and after 11, 12 years, he came back. Parvati sitting here on the banks of this lake. I want you to imagine, you're the just only woman sitting on the banks of Manasarovar lake, nothing here. She wants to have a baby. She's unable to have a baby because Shiva's seed is not human. So, it's clear that she cannot have a baby with him. But when she's alone, when she's with him, she's fine. When he's gone for long periods, her maternal instincts took over, she wants to have a baby. So one day, she smeared herself with sandal paste head to toe, waited for a period of time, then slowly peeled off all the sandal paste. When you do this, a certain amount of your skin or your cells will come away. Making use of this, using her tantric power, she made the shape of a baby and breathed life into it. A nice little boy came, and she was very happy in the company of this boy, and he grew up, just the two of them, nobody. And Shiva lands up from somewhere, nobody knows where he goes. Him and his friends land up, full, all inebriated and happy, come to see his wife. He's that kind. And Parvati wants to have bath. So she set up a small barrier and asked the boy to watch out, that nobody comes this way. So the boy took this duty as he's very proud to guard his mother. So with a spear in his hand, he's walking up and down. He's looking for trouble. He wants to. Somebody should come now and he must fend them off. He desperately wants to do something for his mother. He's in that state. And Shiva and his friends landed up. So he wants to see his wife, he's coming that way. And the boy stopped him and questioned him, "Who are you?" Shiva thought, "Oh, you're asking me, who are you?" With a flick of his sword, he took off the boy's head and went to see Parvati. Very happy to see his wife after 12 years. But the wife saw blood on his sword and she screamed. And he got the works. Then he doesn't know what to do. He thought after 12 years he'll get a great welcome. Here she is freaking on him. She said, "You have to bring him back to life." He said, "That's not possible, he's decapitated, he's finished. I don't care what has happened, I want him back to life." Now if he wants to have his wife, he has to bring this boy back to life. So he looked around, the Ganas, they were all there, kiki, 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 like this. So he looked around and the leader of the Ganas, he asked him, "What?" He said, "Okay." So he lopped off his head and put it on the boy's head. First head transplant. So now the boy had human body and a Ganas head, the two chief of the Ganas head, and he had a limb which was boneless limb. So he became a Ganapati, the chief of the Ganas. Somewhere down the line, artists from Shivakasi in Tamil Nadu, because they had never seen a Gana but the place was full of elephants, a boneless limb means they could not imagine beyond an elephant. So they slowly made that into an elephant. Whatever they do even today, everybody calls it only Ganapati, nobody calls him Gajapati, okay? Some people have started writing songs these days calling him Gajapati, but it doesn't stick. Ganesh, Ganapati is what sticks because he is Ganesh, he is Ganapati. He is the king or the leader or the chief of Ganas. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. Because of this extreme sense of intelligence, he did not allow anything to be an obstacle in his life. Every obstacle in life can be cleared if you have the needed intelligence, isn't it? So this is what he proved. So we called him Vigneshwara, he removed all the vignas because his intelligence is of that level.
He is the symbol of intellectual activity because he wrote great scriptures and the sage who dictated the scriptures to him, the challenge for him from Ganesh was, he should not pause in the dictation. He must continuously speak and he will continuously write. He said, "If you pause, I won't write further." It's a test for the sage, whether what he's speaking is really a fountainhead of his being or is it something scholarly that he makes up in his head. So Ganesh said, "Only uninterrupted dictation, if you do, I will write. If you pause somewhere, once I keep my pen down, I will not write again." So sage Vyasa spoke uninterrupted. It went on for months on end. Ganesh wrote without missing a single word, the best stenographer you can have. He is the symbol of human intellect.
Delving into the mystical depths of Ganesh, the beloved deity in Hindu mythology unveils a realm of secrets that enrich the understanding of his divine nature and significance. Within the enigmatic aura surrounding Ganesh lie 5 profound secrets, each contributing to the multifaceted tapestry of his mythology and symbolism. The secret of his birth. Ganesh's birth is not just a myth but a profound allegory reflecting the cosmic dance of creation and the eternal cycle of life, death and rebirth. Parvati, the divine mother, symbolizes the creative energy that gives rise to all existence. In Hindu cosmology, she represents Shakti, the primordial feminine force that permeates the universe. When Parvati created Ganesh out of her own energy, it symbolized the emergence of consciousness from the cosmic womb of existence. This act highlights the inherent unity underlying all creation and emphasizes the divine spark present within every being. Ganesh's elephant head, acquired after an encounter with Shiva, signifies the transcendence of duality and the synthesis of opposing forces. It represents the fusion of human and animal nature, symbolizing the interconnectedness of all life forms and the potential of spiritual evolution. Thus, Ganesh's birth became a metaphor for the eternal quest for self-realization and the awakening of divine consciousness within the individual. The secret of his form. Ganesh's form is a tapestry of symbolism, each element weaving together to convey profound spiritual truths. His elephant head, with its large ears and small eyes, represents the balance between receptivity and discernment. It reminds devotees of the importance of listening attentively to the teachings of the divine and exercising discernment in the pursuit of wisdom. His potbelly, often depicted as symbolizing abundance and fertility, also serves as a metaphor for the cosmic womb from which all creation emanates. It symbolizes the creative potential inherent in the universe and invites devotees to contemplate the infinite possibilities that arise from the union of divine energies. Furthermore, Ganesh's four arms signify his omnipresence and his ability to simultaneously engage in multiple tasks. Each hand holds a symbolic object, a rope, an axe, a modak, and a gesture of blessing, representing his various powers and attributes. Together, these elements form a visual language that communicates the multifaceted nature of Ganesh's divine essence. The secret of his names. Ganesh is known by countless names, and each encapsulating a different aspect of his divine nature and significance. Vinayaka, meaning the leader of people, emphasizes his role as the remover of obstacles and the guide of souls on the spiritual journey. Vigneshwara, the lord of obstacles, highlights his ability to overcome challenges and adversities through wisdom and insight. Ekadanta, the one with a single tusk, symbolizes his ability to transcend duality and embrace the inherent unity underlying all existence. Gajanana, the elephant-faced deity, underscores his association with wisdom and divine intelligence. These names serve as a portals through which devotees can invoke Ganesh's presence and seek his guidance, protection, and blessings in their daily lives. Every aspect of Ganesh iconography is pregnant with symbolism, offering devotees profound insights into his nature and attributes. His broken tusk, often depicted as being used to scribe sacred texts, symbolizes the sacrifice required to attain knowledge and wisdom. It serves as a reminder that enlightenment often comes at a price and that true wisdom demands the willingness of relinquish attachments and egoic desires. Similarly, his Vahana, the mouse, represents the ability to overcome obstacles through humility and perseverance. Despite its diminutive size, the mouse symbolizes the indomitable spirit that resides within every being, capable of achieving greatness against all odds. Additionally, Ganesh's modak, the sweet delicacy offered to him by devotees, symbolizes the sweetness of divine grace and the reward of spiritual practice. It serves as a reminder that the pursuit of spiritual wisdom is not devoid of joy and pleasure, but is imbued with the ineffable bliss of divine communion. Ganesh is believed to possess a myriad of mystical powers, each contributing to his role as the remover of obstacles and the bestower of wisdom. His axe, known as the Parashu, symbolizes the cutting of attachments and negative influences that bind individuals to the cycle of suffering and ignorance. By wielding the axe, Ganesh empowers devotees to serve the bonds of illusion and awaken to their true nature of divine beings. His rope or pasha represents the power to bind desires and guide souls along the path of righteousness, ensuring that they remain steadfast in their pursuit of spiritual liberation. Furthermore, Ganesh's modak symbolizes the rewards of spiritual practice and devotion. It serves as a metaphor for the sweetness of divine communion and the joy that accompanies the realization of one's true self. Together, these mystical powers embody the essence of Ganesh's divine nature and serve as a source of inspiration and guidance for seekers on the spiritual path. Ultimately, Ganesh serves as a beacon of wisdom, protection, and divine grace, guiding us on the path towards self-realization and spiritual liberation. As we invoke his presence and seek his blessings, we align ourselves with the cosmic forces of creation and transformation, embracing the timeless wisdom of Hindu mythology and the eternal quest for enlightenment.